So the stalking started when I was 12. Yeah, 12. I was um I was on my bike and I was riding back home from my best friend Maria's house. She lived in my neighborhood. I was, over there visiting. And I was riding on my bike and I was supposed to be home by the time the street lights came on, but I had left when they came on. I was having so much fun. Um and so I was riding on this street that separated my house and her house. It was like this long street. And that's when I saw him. I'll never forget that face. It was like mean, like scary. It was cold. So I saw his face because I was riding on my bike and he was parked on the side of the street by the curb, and he was like looking in his side mirror. He had his hand like hanging out the side of his car and he was looking out of the side mirror so I could see his face in the mirror. I don't know, I guess it was like, my 12-year-old intuition or something, but I'm like, yo, this does not feel right. So it was a street coming up to my left. So I was like, okay, let me make a left down this street and I know how to get home from here. And so when I made that left, like as soon as I made that left, he started up his car and like real quick whipped it around. Like I could see him on my peripheral. And so like in my 12-year-old mind, I guess I'm just kind of like trying to rationalize it, like trying to make it make sense, because as a kid, like how do you as a child, how do you conceptualize, how do you even conceive the idea of being kidnapped, the idea of being abducted, like. So when I saw him start his car and turn around, I was like, okay, well, it's a coincidence, like he's leaving at this moment. But then when I look back, he was right behind my bike, like right behind my bike. And so at this point, yeah, I can't even really tell you what I was thinking, but I'm like, okay, if I turn down this street, I know he following me. So I made a right, he made a right. I started pedaling faster, faster. Like I didn't want to make him think I knew, but I wanted to get out of there. And so I started pedaling faster, faster. And then it was a street coming up, so I made a left. He made a left. I start pedaling faster, faster. By this time, my heart is like about to beat out my chest. It's like, it feels like it's in my stomach. It's beating in my chest. Like my mind is going crazy. But you know what's wild? Like even in the middle of all that, I still had these clear thoughts. Like, I don't know if you ever think about like how when people die, what do they be thinking? What goes through their mind when they know they about to die? It's real clear. It's real clear. I started seeing the grocery store me and my mother went to, and the front, how they would have this bulletin board with these missing kids on there. And I would always look at their faces. I would always look at their faces. And you know how next to it they would have an age modified picture, like, what they look like now. Like I remember seeing my face on that. And then I saw like flashes of like news reports, like how they found like a little girl in a bayou or something. I don't know. Your mind is clear. So, okay, so I'm like, pedaling, pedaling, pedaling. And at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like I'm 12 and I'm thinking I'm gonna die this way. So he starts pressing on his gas. Like I could hear it. I could hear the acceleration. And I could see how close he's getting to me. Like, it's no way this is a mistake. It's no way I'm tripping. Like, he is close to me. And yo, I know this was nothing but God. Nothing but God. In a quick moment, I threw my bike down on the lawn or on the curb. I can't remember, this house that was on the corner. I threw my bike down and I started running across the grass like real fast, like real fast. Yo, I was running so fast, like my straps on my sandals broke, like both of them on both legs. They broke. I was running so fast and I was going to run to the door. I was going to start banging on the door, and I did that. I was running so fast, and I ran to the door and I started beating on the door. And I was scared because I'm like, he's gonna get out the car, he's gonna run, he's gonna get me. Like I should have kept pedaling. And as I was beating on the door, I still hear that sound. Of me like beating on the door, like praying somebody come to the door. Nobody came to the door. But he drove off. He sped off. Like I could hear his tires screeching. He sped off. And after that, I don't remember nothing. Like I don't remember nothing. Like everything is blank. I don't remember how I got home. I don't remember the conversation I had with my mother. I don't remember the next day. I don't remember nothing. It's kind of like, you ever watch a movie or a TV show and somebody's in a hospital room and they like dying, and so you hit a machine that's hooked up and it's like beep, 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 and it does like the flatline thing, and then the whole room goes white, like it fades to white, and you like, yo, they died, like, that's it. That's what happened to me that night. Like, my soul died.